Welcome back, everyone, to geometry. We want to continue taking a look at section 25, which is transformational geometry. In the previous section, we introduced the concept of an isometry, which is a transformation. That's what we called it, right? Transformational geometry. We introduced the idea of transformation, and then in particular, we were interested in isometries. So let's take a look at the four isometries. In this video, we'll take a look at translations and rotations. We'll follow that up with the other two isometries in the next video. So a translation of the plane, right? Keep in mind what we're moving here is the entire plane. We're mapping the entire plane, not just a triangle, not just a quadrilateral. We're mapping the entire plane, but what we're watching is we're watching a particular geometric figure, right? So a translation of the plane is described by a vector, and that vector indicates two things. It indicates the direction and it indicates the distance the plane slides. So when we talk about a translation, we're just taking the plane and we're sliding it up, sliding it over, sliding it down, but we're just taking it and moving it around, okay? So we're not twisting or turning, we're not flipping, it's just side to side, up or down, you know, some sort of vector movement there. That's it. So for these examples, right, they're very simple. If we wanted to work without a grid, we could. At this time, I believe you'd be capable of finding a parallel line based on our work in section 23, that is. All right, you could find a parallel line and copy the distance to find, oh, hey, look, it moves like that, and that's where our new point ends up. So we could do this without a grid, but with a grid, it becomes very easy. So what I like to do, you may do it slightly different than me, and that's okay. I like to observe how far over and how far up we move according to this vector. So we move over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're moving 7 units over to the right. So 7 units to the right. And then we're moving up, starting here, right? That's where it is at the bottom. 1, 2, 3 units up. So 7 to the right and 3 units up. Excellent. So what I want to do then is I want to just move each of these points 7 to the right and 3 up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to label these A, B, and C. Right, so I'm just focusing on how these points move, and then I'm going to connect those points with straight lines. So moving 7 to the right, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to the right, and 1, 2, 3 up. And you may decide that you want to write those out each time, and that would be fine, but you don't have to. So I'm going to get rid of them a second and say, bam, right there. That is A prime. That is the image under our translation. All right, so B we can move over. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to the right, and 1, 2, 3 up. So that's where we want it to be, right here. That's B prime. And then C will move to the right 7 units, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 units, and then up 3, 1, 2, 3. So that's where we want it right there. Right here. That's C prime. And then I'll go ahead and connect those with straight lines. All right, so they're not quite touching here. Can complete them. There we go. So that is my transformation, right? My translation from here to here. Excellent. So I can do the same thing with this example as well. In the first case, I moved each of the individual points. In the second case, what I can also do is once I've moved one of the points, I can look at how the others, where the others are in relation to the one that I did move. So if we have A, B, C, D, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the point C according to this vector and then look at where the remaining are in relation to C. So I've got to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the right. And I need to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down. So 5 to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the right, and 6 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down. That gives me this point right here. This is C prime. Now I know that B is directly above it by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units up is B prime. That's where B prime would end up if I were to move it over to the right 5 and down 6. And then let's see here, A is 2 below and 4 to the right, 2 below and 4 to the right. That's A prime. And then D is 3 below A. Once I have that, right, again, I can just connect the lines or connect the dots with lines. There we go. So there is my image. Excellent. So that is a translation. And let's see, the next thing we want to take a look at is a rotation. And I think that we'll actually go ahead and pause for now, do another video that talks about rotations, keep these nice and short. So I'll see you guys back here in just a moment.